Hi everybody, welcome to the Tarot Times. There's lots of people already in the chat, so we'll just say hello to everyone. We're not appearing yet. Oh, we've just appeared, as if by magic. There's a 20-second delay, so hello to everybody who's joining us now. So first in was Chris, our Chris from Elemental Cartomancy. So hi Chris, then someone called the Hermit's Cave, don't know who he is. Richard from Longman Tarot. Thanks, Elle. Sandra. And we've got Malimia Logan from Acorn to Burdock. It's from Acorn and Burdock. Jen, hi Jen. Patsy, hello Patsy, good to see you. And we've got Jackie Jacaranda is here. Jackie. Madwitch, hi Giselle, good to see you again. And Woodthrush Cottage, Kimberly. Moon Baby, hello Brant. Neem, hi Neem. Zach, not Zach, Zane. Sorry, I'm getting my Z's mixed up. Nice to see you, Zane. Abundance Tarot, Tanya, Selkie, hello Selkie, Orsi, and Merrick. Oh, and Liminal Lark just coming in. Oh, and Marina and Crystal Sparkles. So yeah, and everybody else that comes in and joins us, hello and welcome. So, do you guys want to say hello as well?
Hello as well.
Yo. Sup.
It's like that. What was it? Two Ronnies. It's good night from me, and it's good night from him, or something like that.
It is, yeah.
Well, you're showing your age there.
Yeah, I remember that.
And also, it'll only apply to people of our age in this country too, probably. I'm not sure how universal the two Ronnies was. But anyway, so as you can see at the bottom, this is the 6th edition of the Tarot Times. So welcome to everybody. If it's your first time here, I'll just quickly go through what we're going to be doing. It follows the same format each time. So we look at, thank you to Sandra who sends the information through. She does the research for us, and we look at some tarot or oracle decks, mainly tarot, but there are some oracles thrown in that are due for release the month ahead. And when we say for release, we mean in the UK. So myself, Elle, and Becca are all based in the UK. Then we review a popular deck, and this month we're going to be reviewing Tarot of the Divine and giving each of our perspectives on. We use a 10-point sort of category of what we think of the deck, and I think we've always been pretty mixed, haven't we? I don't think we've all ever said we all agree. I think there's, apart from once, there's always been a giveaway. So if we score a deck below 5 out of 10, we've agreed that we will put it up for a giveaway the next month. And last month it was Elle who wasn't too hot on the Dark Wood Tarot. So that is the one that we're going to be giving away. That's the deck that we reviewed last month back in September. Or was it August? No, it was September. We took August off, didn't we?
September.
Yeah. So so that's the format. So we'll do a draw at the end. Sandra, if you could do what you usually do. Al's got a list of names that have a number. She will tell you the range from 1 to whatever number people want to be entered. And if you'll pick a number for us, that will be the winner. Have you been able to do that, Elle? Well, yeah. Brilliant. You're on it. So without further ado, we'll go into the first part, which is the decks for October. And I think, is it Becca? Have you got the first one?
I'm first up, and it's with one of Sandra's favourites, Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, this deck is by Rose White and Eugene Smith, and it was released on the 1st of October this month by Llewellyn Publishing. It's blending divinatory power of the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot with the visionary writings of Edgar Allan Poe. He's a horror writer, if you don't know. This deck provides deep spiritual insights into who you are and what you might become. Stunning illustration on Poe's tales of the mysterious and the macabre illuminate the imagination to open the soul to fantastical dreams, realms of spirit. So if you're into kind of gothic-y horror type thing, that's a deck for you.
Yeah. And what do you think, Becca? Is it one that you would be interested in getting, having looked at it?
Not really. No, I'm not. I've never been a fan of Edgar Allan Poe, and I don't know why, but it doesn't appeal to me, although sometimes decks can change in my kind of thoughts the more I look at them. So that's my early kind of thoughts on it, but that could change. You know, I could sort of start to see walkthroughs of it and change my mind.
And I think that's where I am. I need to see a walkthrough because I've seen static images, but again, it's Llewellyn, and I know it always sounds like I'm down on Llewellyn, but I want to see a walkthrough and I want to know what the cardstock is like now and all that sort of stuff before I decide. I haven't seen any yet, but it's only October the 3rd, isn't it? So it was only released 2 days ago. What about you?
I don't really know much about the bloke, to be honest. Is he the guy that wrote the Raven, and he was like Nevermore or something, or is that the other one?
That's what's his name? You know, the other horror writer. Oh, for goodness sake! The Hitchcock.
Oh, Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
I thought he was a director.
No, Alfred Hitchcock. Well, yeah, he is a director, but he wrote as well.
Oh.
Yeah, and he used to have little cameos in his films as well, where he'd just appear just for a few seconds.
Yeah, you used to try and spot him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so no, I wouldn't be interested because I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Edgar, mate. Maybe next time.
Oh, Sandra says yes, Al. You're right. That was Edgar Allan Poe.
What was?
What she said. What quote did you just
I don't know
give?
what it's actually called, but it was that Raven that just kept saying.
Oh, I was thinking of the birds. That's Hitchcock. Yeah, it's because you said Raven. I thought of the birds.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, maybe I'll get the deck then.
You've got the next. You've got the next one.
So the movie tarot, and it's A Hero's Journey in 78 cards by Diana McCannon. McCannon? Don't know what's that. Collins and Natalie Foss as the illustrator, and it's published by Lawrence King Publishing. It's a unique new tarot deck inspired by iconic film characters. Each character embodies the qualities, the archetypes they represent. So Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump as the Fool, Morgan Freeman in Shawshank Redemption for Temperance, Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music for the Sun. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm getting this deck.
Shawshank Redemption.
I've never seen it.
Are you a Julie Andrews fan then, Elle?
Oh, Julia, I want her to be my granny. Oh, I love her. I could watch The Sound of Music on repeat for the rest of my... Oh, don't get me started. Big up Julie. She's a moose.
I'm still in shock that you've never seen my all-time favourite movie.
What's Shawshank Redemption? What's it about?
It's everything in a movie.
It is. It's amazing. And Morgan Freeman's voiceover has you in tears. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to watch it later. But yeah.
It's on Netflix, I think.
Netflix viewing party. to do it.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the tarot deck.
Again, I'm not sure because we was talking earlier. I've got the TV. I want to say the TV Times, TV Shows tarot, and I've never used it. And I spent half the time. I did a live where I was asking people, "What's this theme from?" You know, and so I'm not quite sure about movie tarot. Whether I'd be able to place them all. I'm a bit of a movie buff, but I don't know if some cards would just be a little bit lost on me. So I don't know.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. Well, it depends if they actually look like who I'm, like the actual characters. But I wasn't keen. I didn't get the other one. The other TV tarot. I didn't get that one. And, I'm not actually a huge movie buff. I'm a horror buff, but not an overall movie buff,
Yeah. Whereas I am, you see, I love movies, but. Okay. So the deck that I've got, this, in case we didn't say, we're on the mass market section. So we'll do mass market, indie, and then some Kickstarters. And we're choosing 3 each to talk about. So 9 in total. And this one is the Elemental Power Tarot. Now, I have got an image because I like the concept of this deck. It's by Melinda Lee Holm, and the illustrator is Rohan Eason. It's out on the 20th of October, so fair way off yet. The publisher is Circo Books or Seco Books. I have seen them do a few decks just recently. I think this is kind of like a up-and-coming publisher. And it combines tarot and magic using the elements. And it thankfully it talks about the 5 elements, which is fire, water, air, earth, and spirit, which makes up the pentacle, doesn't it? All those elements are like, I can't show it, it won't come up here, but like on my tattoo there, the 5 elements. So let me show you but the images don't speak to me, but I like the concept of the deck combining magic and tarot, because again, you can use tarot for magical purposes. But the images, this is what the box is going to look like. You can see that there. And then this is the images for the cards. It kind of reminds me of the artwork that's in the Tattoo Tarot, the Ink and Intuition type art. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sort of basic colours and quite minimal. But who knows? I might check it out. So it says tarot and magic opened Melinda Lee Holmes' life to endless possibilities, and she'd like to help you open yours in the same way. Through unique imagery and elemental card interpretations, Melinda creates a most personal, integrative experience of self-discovery, eliminating human figures entirely. So all human figures have been taken out of this tarot deck. The cards in the Elemental Power present symbol-rich scenes that invite the user to step in and explore for themselves. So that kind of reminds me of the concept of the Spacious Tarot, where you put yourself in the imagery. The objects and scenes of the cards feel as accessible as they do magical. You'll learn what it's like to inhabit the Garden of the Empress, or to reach out and grab the Ace of Swords. Rohan, so that's the illustrator, expressive illustrations hold a treasure trove of symbols that offer visual clues to the wisdom of the cards. The accompanying guidebook contains Melinda's philosophy of tarot, card meanings, and her elemental system of interpreting cards and spreads, including an apothecary item for the major arcana cards embodying a real earth element solution. So the write-up about it intrigues me. I haven't seen enough of the images yet to know if I'd want it, but I do like decks that lend themselves to you putting yourself into the scenes, like exploring the Empress's garden, etc.
Yeah. So I've got the Ink and Intuition tarot. I couldn't really see like a close up on the screen, but I really, I like those type of colours, and
Yeah.
I don't have the Spacious tarot, so that might be one that I would maybe go for.
Yeah. And Spacious is indie, so it's a little bit more expensive, whereas this is mass produced, so it should be a reasonable price. What about yourself, Al?
I mean, it sounds nice. I'll have to see more of the artwork. I'm a bit of a stickler for that. But the concept sounds good.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, back to you, Becca.
Okay, so next on the list is the Heaven and Earth Tarot, and this is by Jack Sephiroth and Jamie Elford. And this will be released on the 25th of October this month. Obviously, October, we're on October. The publisher is Lo Scarabeo. So the deck of Mind-Blowing Beauty, Jack Sephiroth challenges the timeless symbology of tarot with this incredible art where symbols and hidden nuances are woven together with great mastery. In this tarot, the boundary between spiritual and material is blurred, and everything comes clear to the sensitive reader. So it has a full 78 colour guidebook of 160 pages. And you can also get a bag which will be sold separately.
Yes.
So, I mean, the artwork does look really beautiful. So,
that's the bag with the fall on.
Yeah.
It's very pagan underworlds.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Also reminds me of those decks like Elemental Power and
yeah.
And this card from the deck reminds me of the Darkness of Light a little bit.
Yes. See, I mean, I really like the Darkness of Light, so I think I'd be quite drawn to this one too. So yeah, sounds nice.
Cool.
So next up, it's the Dark Goddess Tarot by Ellen Lorenzi Prince, and it's by Schiffer. So they've picked it up for mass market, and it's going to be released on the 28th of October. And I do have it. I have the indie version. If I just excuse a mark. Oh, is that it? Oh, okay. Everything's fallen down.
Tarot Jenga.
Yeah, it really was. So yeah, it's gonna be borderless. Where I can't find the lens on this thing. I don't know where I'm looking. Okay.
That's it. You're all right.
Let's put you on.
It's gonna be these.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
you've cut her off.
I don't like me full screen. And then we've got. So yeah, it's gonna be borderless, I think, and gilded, and different backs. But yeah, it's got goddesses from all different cultures, and it's got the names. I don't know if they're gonna have the names underneath, but yeah, this is kind of loads of people have wanted this for ages, so it's good that it's coming out in mass market, because yeah, it's a bit pricey if you want to get the indie version.
Yeah, I've got it coming. It should arrive on Monday, so I'm really excited, because what's the release date? Is it
28th of October?
Yeah, so I've got an early release copy, so very excited, because I never had the indie. I did have the Tower of the Crone by the same creator, but not the Dark Goddess, because I couldn't get it by the time I wanted it. So yeah,
I have 2 copies.
Didn't you used to have 4?
Oh no, I had 2. No, I had 3 Tower of the Crones.
All right.
I've got no shame. I'm one of those people. If I hear something's going out of print, I'm like, right, I'm gonna get one. It's gonna be my golden nugget for a trade. So I've got 2.
And I did have an I did have an indie copy of The Dark Goddess, but I didn't resonate with it at the time, so I gifted it. But now it's coming out again in mass market. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence. It might look different borderless.
Yeah.
I like the borders.
Okay, so the next one is the Cosmic Slumber Tarot by Tilly Walden, which is going to be released on the 29th of October. So still 4 weeks away. The publisher is Liminal 11. But again, I was really fortunate because I was sent an advanced copy by Liminal 11. So I have actually done a walkthrough of this, and it's on my channel, The Hermit's Cave. But the premise is, if the universe was to sleep, where would those dreams lead? And it says, hand painted and bursting with colour, the Cosmic Slumber Tarot evokes imagery from subconscious and subliminal states. It's a tarot deck energized by a soulful warmth from award-winning comics prodigy Tilly Walden. 78 card deck with illustration book. And I love this because it's in the same style as the Modern Witch, because it's by Liminal 11, but they've improved, because when you pick Modern Witch up, the bottom falls out. So they put this magnetic fastener now on the bottom. There are other kind of, this isn't like the deluxe version. There's a deluxe version that has gilding and lots of other bits and bobs. I did get the deluxe version of the Modern Witch when I was sent that, but it comes in this little hard book, like little ladybird book, so it reminds me of my childhood books. Cards are nice, they're thick. These are the backs, and they have some really really colourful and lovely images. I think you'd like this, Becca, because I know how you like really strong, vibrant, beautiful colours, and there's loads of lovely rich colours in this deck. Some of the cards are a little bit sort of, wow, I can see what they mean about if the universe sleeps, because they are a little bit out there. But then you've got beautiful ones like this, which reminds me of like a hermit card, which is just sitting and looking out across a valley, which I love to do. So I really like it, and I've used it quite a bit since I got it a few weeks ago. So I'll just show you one more, because that's a gorgeous card. I'm not getting any glare on it. So that's the Cosmic Slumber. I'm not sure when it's released in the States, but if you're in the UK, it's going to be released on the 29th of October. What do you guys think to it? Is it one that you might be considering getting?
Not personally. I don't. I mean, I've got the Modern Witch by Liminal 11, but I've looked at this. It doesn't really float my boat, although the colours I do love. But I don't think I'd use it, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I saw it maybe a year ago or something, and I was really wanted to get it, but yeah, I've got a lot more picky with my decks now. But I really do love the colours, and I'm excited for their white Newman tarot.
Yay! I've got that coming.
You are a right jammy sod. That's not coming out till 2021.
I know.
Get it. All right for some, isn't it?
I'm very blessed. Becca?
Next up, now we're going on to the indie decks now, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So this is an indie deck, and it's The Life is Like a Board Game Tarot by Crystal Banner of Kaleidoscope. Now I've got here the release date September/October for Little Red Tarot, and it's what you might expect, actually. This is a fun but effective tarot deck inspired by the similarities of life and board games. You have to wait your turn, you owe taxes, get money, lose money, and everything in between. This deck is nostalgic but straightforward and perfect as a collector's item or just a unique addition to your tarot deck collection. So you've got your 78 cards, matte cardstock, and it's presented in a simple printed card tuck box and PDF guidebook. So they're obviously being very sort of conscious about packaging and everything. This isn't a deck that I would go for at all. Although I can see its appeal as like a collector's kind of item to add to your collection, but it's definitely not one that I would use.
Yeah, no, I don't either. For me, and everything has its place, don't get me wrong, but it is, for me, it's kind of like a gimmicky tarot. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, whatever brings people into tarot, but it's not, you know, wait your turn, pay your taxes and all that sort of thing doesn't really appeal. And there are tarot board games, aren't they? I've seen a couple on places like Etsy, and one on eBay, a really old one that was a tarot board game, but
yeah,
this just seems a little bit confusing for me.
Yeah, don't
It'd be
fancy
fun
it.
with a group of people, I feel like. Like if you're at the pub, just whack it out. I feel that'd be fun.
Yeah. Or sitting under a box of wine, Al?
Oh,
Yeah, behind the sofa.
Oh yeah, mouth under the nozzle. So the next one is the Threadbound Oracle deck and novel by Cedar McLeod. That's the same person who did the Numinous Tarot. It's a 50-card deck themed around storytelling, magic, and the craft of bookbinding and manuscript illumination. Alongside it comes The Thread That Binds, an adult fantasy novel in which the cards appear and whose characters appears in the cards. The Thread That Binds is a story about queer found family, healing from trauma, and keeping authoritarian abusers out of power in the halls of the world's largest library. Yeah, I backed this on Kickstarter. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. And the book is totally gender neutral. So it's so I've never read a book that uses just they them pronouns. I think you take away the TH and so it's air and M, I think. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think that's really needed, not just in the tarot community, but in books out there now anyway. I think it's really important.
Yeah. So I'm on a kind of no-buy Oracle thing because I'm really trying to scale back on Oracle decks and just have a source view, but it does tempt me. And I want it for as well. So I probably will.
You need it. Look at these images. So this is the Numinous Tarot.
Yeah, I've got the Numinous. I love it.
Yeah. An Oracle to go with it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So our final deck, our 9th deck that we're reviewing is Tarot Renard, and it's by Celia Melville. It's out, well, this is Kickstarter, so it ends on the 13th of October. So if you do want to back it, you've still got 10 days left. And its estimated completion is January of 2021. Now, Celia Melville, as you will know, is I first came across her with Oracle Day Reflects, which was an incredible oracle that I never managed to get. But she's also the creator behind the Lily White and the Lily Black tarot, which I have both just there on my shelf, the Lily Black and White, which I love. I've got a couple of images to show you, and they're gorgeous, they're cute. It's set around foxes, a fox's burrow, so lots of people will find that quite adorable. But there's some of the cards. And the
Wow.
colours are beautiful. These lovely kind of like watercolours and really, really stunning. So it says, from the back of the fox's burrow, an extraordinary journey awaits that will bring you to the gates of your soul and your destiny. Follow the red fur that shows you the way between dark and light, earth and sky, past and future. From the creator of the Tarot Renard was born. Oh, sorry. From the creator, this is a quote. The Tarot Renard was born from a wish to honor this animal I find so beautiful, so bold, and who is a symbol of intelligence and independence. I also wanted to create a deck so sweet that it could be used by grown-ups and by little ones. Lover of tarot and oracles, mother of one little girl who always tries to play with my decks, I took up my brushes and started this creative adventure so that she could use a deck without worries, one with which she can continue to grow and carry with her. So it's lovely that the inspiration was her own daughter to give her a deck, but that she also wanted it for people of all ages, so that as she grew, the deck would grow with her and it wouldn't just be something she puts down and seen as being a childish thing. So it's 78 cards on high quality, 350 GSM matte laminated cardstock, gold stamping on the back of the cards, a rigid box that also has gold stamping, and it comes with a 180-page mini guidebook in French and English. So I'm not allowing myself to back any more Kickstarters. I ended up backing the Tower Tarot because I knew I'd get some birthday money about the time that it completes. And that's 10 in the last year, and I'm not doing any more. But she has a website, and I know it'll be available to buy after. And with the decks that I've got at the moment, like the Badger's Forest and the horse tarot, the rabbit tarot, and everything else, I think this will be a nice addition. And the way of the panda kind of reminds me of the same sort of illustration of the way of the panda. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I will get it. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Stephanie sent me the link to this Kickstarter a little while ago because she thought I would like it, and yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. So it's definitely on my list.
Cool. So that's decks for October. We'll move on now to our review of the Tarot of the Divine. So have we all got our copies?
Oh, yeah.
She's got my marker
Somewhere.
as well for writing down. So what we do when we review a deck, for those of you who might just be joining with us, we've got 73 people here this month, which is a really high number, so welcome everyone, is that we look at firstly our favourite cards from the deck, perhaps our least favourite cards, and then we go through 10 categories and we score each category our thoughts out of 5. Things like box and packaging, the book, the card stock, the price point, and all that sort of stuff. So I've had this, I think, only just over a week. It's been quite recent, so I haven't. Normally it will come and we'll work with it for a month, won't we, so that we can do a full thorough review. There were some issues getting this deck, and at one point we didn't know if we was going to be able to do a review of this. I think, was it Becca's? Yours was the last one to come in.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, or it might have been Eld actually.
Yeah, I think I've only had mine like 2 days.
Okay. Yeah. It was hit and miss. So what tends to happen with popular decks when they're released on Book Depository or Amazon is they give you the date, lots of people will get it, and then they don't have enough to kind of fulfill the amount of people who have backed it. So it ends up either just going straight to unavailable, or we get that email saying that they can't fulfill the order, and Book Depository are the same. But okay, so thoughts. I don't know, Elle, you haven't had long. I've just had over a week. I think, Becca, you've had a week.
Yeah.
Just a couple of days. But what are your initial thoughts in terms of liking certain cards?
I really like the deck. Are we going into like doing our favourites first, or we're just
Yeah,
like,
we'll show our favourite cards.
okay? So shall I show my favourites now?
Let's put you on full so we can
Ooh.
see you close up.
Okay, so I've got quite a few favourites. One of my favourites is the Hermit card, because I thought that was just beautiful. I love the dark, the kind of moonlit trees in the background. I thought that was really beautiful. I also think the Death card is really interesting as well, because you know Death is kind of lurking behind that curtain. She's pulling back the curtain in that, which I thought was nice. I also love, actually, quite a lot of the majors I like. The Star card I thought was beautiful as well. I love this. Yeah, the silhouetted trees in the background, and the, you know, she's got her little lamb there. Really beautiful. What else? I like the Nine of Wands because I love the creepy, like cottage, witch's cottage in the background. So there's that one. And then I like the Three of Cups too. I thought that was particularly beautifully done. So those are some of my favourite cards. I've got quite a few more, but I can't show them all.
Any dislikes, Becca? We may as well do them both together. Any cards you don't like?
Dislikes. I don't like the 10 of coins because I don't like animals wearing clothes, and there's a dog wearing a suit in that one, so that one kind of put me off a little bit. Five of Swords, I'm not really too into Egyptian type stuff, so although it's beautiful, it's not madly keen. And some of the aces are just, you know, pretty basic, but yeah, but those are really the only ones that I don't like.
Oh,
Al, do you want to get in?
oh, hi. Oh, that was a bit of a shock. Okay, so I liked. Let me get my like cards. The Nine of Pentacles. I thought was really cute. I just love the idea of him with the little birdie sharing his seeds. I thought that was sweet. I like the Knight of Wands. I just really like how the artist did the skin. I don't know if you can see that. There's kind of red dots and things. So I thought, oh, that's nice for some skin diversity. You know, not everyone has clear skin. And the King of Coins, I really like. It's got a little tortoise with the world. I didn't like the Four of Swords because I had a big old discussion about this with Shane because he's into his wolves and it's based on Norse mythology, and we were just a bit surprised that this story was picked for this card because the Four of Swords is about rest, and this guy was kind of trapped and tied up forcefully. So we were kind of like, interesting choice. We would have put him as something else. So that kind of got me thinking, I wonder how I would feel about some of the other cards if I had like the time to look into them a bit more, which I couldn't do because I've only had it for a few days. But yeah, so that got me thinking a bit. Yeah. So I like
Cool.
apart from that, it's all right.
So we've got some very, very similar ones actually. I loved the Fool. And what I should have said, very remiss of me, is that this deck is based on fables and fairy tales that are taken from various cultures from around the world, and you'll recognise quite a few of them. Although the little book, which we'll come on to when we do the review, does give you, you know, where the tales are from. But I mean, you look at something like The Lovers, and you can see that it's Beauty and the Beast. and that's where it's taken from. And I love that card. I think it is stunning. Like Becca, I loved the Hermit card. I thought it was beautiful. I also like Death with that shadow at the curtain. I thought it's great. Love the Two of Cups, which is around Gilgamesh, but it's just really sweet. You've got these great big butch men with their fingers interlocked and their foreheads together. I thought it was really nicely done. I am the Page of Cups in the tarot, and I really love that representation of the Page of Cups. Look at the little rabbit at his feet. And I really like this King of Coins. And lots of people don't like when courts like kings are changed to animals, but I thought this was really an interesting card, and I really liked it. I didn't really have any cards that I could single out and say don't like them. Similar to Becca, I don't like to see Egyptian, but then when you look at, you know, the premise of this deck is to represent different cultures and fables and stories from those cultures, then I can't really say, well, I don't like this card, so it has its place. So I've just decided this time just to show cards that I do like, because I couldn't really find any that I don't, which speaks a lot for the deck, really. So that's our likes and dislikes. So shall we go through each of the 10 categories then of reviewing the deck? So the first one is the box and packaging. Should we go in the same order? Becca, do you want to start off, then Elle, then me?
I really like it. It's a lovely material. It's like a linen-y feel to the box. It's got nice gilding on there. It's really easy to open. You don't have to fiddle around trying to open it. It's got ribbon pull for the inside. So I really, really like the packaging of that one, of this deck. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the box. It's not humongous, like obnoxiously humongous. Yeah, and the cards don't. It's nice and sealed all around the sides, so the cards don't slip underneath. Yeah, it's got a ribbon. It's got that linen-y feel. Yeah, I like the box actually. I was impressed.
Yeah, same. I like that it's compact. It's sturdy. It's compact. I love this kind of opening as well. It's it closes on 3 sides, so it keeps everything contained really well. I think the gold embossing is a nice touch, and it's all the way around. So even when it's on your bookcase, it's really beautiful. Like Becca said, the linen feel, just really, you just want to keep fondling it. It's just a really nice. I give it 4 out of 5.
Oh, I didn't give my vote, did I?
What's yours then, Becca?
Well, I'm always really generous, and I was going to give it 5 out of 5 because I can't find anything that I don't like about it.
So 5, okay. And Elle?
4. Give it 4.
Okay. So 4, 4, and a 5. So the next is the book.
Yeah, the book, I mean, you've got nice little coloured images in there, which is a plus for it. It does give you a small description of the, like for this one, it tells you about this Beauty and the Beast, but it doesn't give you a huge amount. You get a separate book, which you have to buy, that goes into the details. So, I mean, the presentation of the book is lovely with these big pictures in, but it's not like mind-blowing for a book, but it's okay. So I'm going to give it a 3 for that, for my book.
Yeah, the book, I mean, if I was just to base it, are we talking about the big book, or is it just
No, we're talking about this book.
It does the job. It's all right. It's only, I mean, I like, it's got color images and whatnot, but the descriptions are like 2 sentences. Yeah, it's all right. would give it a 3. Does the job.
Okay. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed by the book. It's very thin, and as you said, there's just what I do like is that you get the story. So you know, you turn to The Hanged Man, and it says it's Sleeping Beauty. It gives you the origin, so Italy, Italian fairy tale, and then you just get a divinatory meaning. There is a book called Beneath the Moon. It is on order. It's taken me a while to get it. I was hoping it was going to be delivered today, but it hasn't been. But that goes into the story, and it's a separate standalone book. So it's not in tarot order by all accounts, but there is detailed stories in there. Now it has come under some criticism. We did want to mention that because when I was on Boyus Girls channel, Queen Osset spoke about how Yamaya in there in particular, they'd taken lots of different parts of stories from different cultures and mashed them into one, and she found that to be problematic. I can't speak of that because I don't really, you know, have a connection with that culture to be able to speak of it. However, I suppose it's quite a difficult task for anybody to be able to talk about fairy tales, fables from all over the world and be an expert in all of them. So, you know, it's up to you to make that judgment call when you read it. For me, I just want to know a little bit more about the origin of the story and what that story might entail.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's difficult to get it right. I mean, because if you feel like you don't have it down, all you have to do is ask someone of that culture.
You should consult with, you should consult with other people. But for one person,
if there has been a lack of that, then it's shame on the person. Like, it's not really hard when you think about it.
Yeah, but again, and as I say, I don't know enough detail. You know, maybe if they're taking different parts of different cultures, they were trying to be representing, because we know that, you know, in culture that I belong to and fairy tales that we know have lots of different meanings in different cultures. They exist in many cultures, not just ours. So we'll get an interpretation or a moral of the story, if you like, but it will be different to different people and how that's passed on. You know, it's like Buddhism. You know, it started in India, but it traveled and it takes on different meanings and different interpretations of sutras wherever it's picked up in those lands. So, but I don't know. I'm being devil's advocate. I don't know, and I haven't got the book to be able to, you know, give my views of it. So I give the book 2 just because I just don't think there's a lot in this. You know, I would have liked more, but maybe they just did this because they knew there was a book that you could buy separately. So, representation.
Wow, I mean, you've got representations of just about, you know, all different cultures, haven't you? From around the world. So you've got plenty of diversity and representation in that respect. Having said that, I didn't see much with respect to sort of body shapes and types or that type of thing. All the images are pretty, you know, pretty glamorous representations of people. So the diversity in terms of culture is excellent. Not so much with body types, but the sexuality was there as well, because we have got that one card in that. I suppose I'm going to give this. I'm going to give it a 6. for
6 out
For
of
that.
5.
Sorry, what am I talking about? I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5.
Oh, where is my light gone? I'm getting more and more in the dark. Wait, let me just reach.
Yeah,
reach
switch the light
over.
on.
Oh, is that? Oh,
That's
I'm a
better.
bit red now.
That's
You can see
it.
me. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Yeah, I was slowly regressing into the dark. That was a bit strange. But representation. I'm annoyed that I didn't get enough time to really work with it and dive into the stories properly. Be able to give a better review from a place of knowledge as to, there's like 78 different stories depicted. Like, if the stories were gathered ethically, whether they've represented accurately, because there's a fine line between cultural appreciation and appropriation, and we unfortunately can't just trust decks off the bat to be culturally appreciative. So yeah, you do have to be really careful when buying decks that claim to be appreciating cultures when in fact, they don't even have the decency to pick the culture accurately. So I can't really, I don't know how I can give, from on face value, it seems to represent decently, but yeah, I'd say maybe a 3, but yeah, I'm reserved because I've not really been able to dive deep enough. And like you said, with Queen or Set bringing up a few of the cards to be problematic, yeah, I'd really want to hold my judgment for that, I think. But yeah, I'll give it a 3 for now.
Okay. I give it a 4 purely because, it purports to kind of open the window into other origins of fairy tales and fables. And if we look back, whether rightly or wrongly, if we look back, or I look back into my childhood, and I think of the Hans Christian Andersen fables and tales and Aesop and all that, I've always been fascinated with stories, particularly fairy tales and children's stories and fables, because they are rich in analogy. So this is why this deck in particular excited me. As I've said, I don't have the book to be able to, read it and make those judgments. But in terms of it trying to represent, which is what we're asking or have been asking the tarot community and creators to do, then yeah, I think it's a starting point, and people are going to make mistakes. And as long as people are starting and we're having these conversations, then I'm happy with that. Okay, art style.
I really like it. Some of the images, and I can't find the one. Oh, like this one. They kind of remind me. They're very kind of like 1950s almost, 1950 type art style. This reminds me of. I had a birthday or a christening card that I've still got that my mum kept for me, which has very similar kind of almost like 1950 type esque to it. And I love the colors. The colors, I mean, this, if you want a deck with vibrant colors, this is it. I mean, it's glorious colors in there. So I love it. I absolutely love the art style, and I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 because I really like it.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with how cohesive it feels, considering there's so many different cultures depicted. I feel like the artist done really well with the color schemes and color palette and whatnot to really keep it cohesive within the different cards. And yeah, I really like the artwork. This is right up my alley. This is my kind of thing. Yeah, I'd give it, I think, a 4. I'd give it 4. I like it.
Yeah, it's a grower. When I first looked at it, I wasn't sure, but you hit the nail on the head and took the words right out of my mouth. If you have a deck like this that is purporting to represent lots of different origins of fables and fairy tales from different cultures, you could run the risk of somebody trying to copy a particular art style of that culture. So like manga art style, for example. This is very cohesive. You're absolutely right. It is kind of uniformed all the way through. So nothing jars. It doesn't look like a deck that's, you know, mishmashed together of all different art styles. I am getting a little bit better with the kind of cartoony image, although it's not always my favorite, but I do think it's done really well. And for me to say, you know, there's no cards in here that I don't like, I can only score it quite high. But because cartoon or, you know, that sort of animation style isn't my favorite, I'll give it a 4. Readability. Have you been able to have time to read with it yet, Elle?
I mean, it reads for me like any other tarot deck. It's read really well. I've got some really nice readings from it. So yeah, it works. And I'm going to give it a what did I say? No, that was wrong. I'm going to give it a 4 for readability.
Yeah, I'm flicking through it now. Yeah, the Rider-Waite imagery is pretty prevalent in a lot of the cards. So if I was to give this to a beginner or, you know, someone who's just familiar with the Rider-Waite and didn't have the big book or this, I would, yeah. Some of them I feel like you would perhaps struggle with, but on the whole, I think a lot of it's quite familiar. So I'd give it a 3.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree entirely. I mean, some cards, if we didn't have the title, so for instance, you know, looking at this card, which is a Nancy, I wouldn't necessarily know that that was the Wheel of Fortune. Whereas other cards like Temperance, perfect representation for Temperance. Same with the Devil. Some cards are easier than others, but we've got the titles. We can see an image. We can see where they're trying to go in interpreting and fitting in. But I gave it a 3 out of 5 for readability. There's some classic, you know, 5 of Pentacles. It's unmistakably 5 of Pentacles, but others might be a little bit more of a stretch. Individuality and uniqueness.
Well, it's really unique as far as I'm concerned. You know, I haven't seen any other decks on the market. I certainly don't have anything like it. So yeah, I think it's very unique. Also in the way that it you know, it's so culturally diverse, that is as well. So in terms of that, I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah, uniqueness. I mean, it offers a completely new experience on how to work with the tarot when you include the stories of each card, and it allows you to think of the cards in perhaps a different way. If the story, you wouldn't necessarily put it with that card at first, it makes you sit and think about it. Yeah, I don't have another deck like this in my collection yet. Maybe the closest would be the Dark Goddess, but we don't. You'd have to look up the associations with the goddesses and whatnot. So yeah, I think it's pretty unique. I'd give it a 4.
Yeah, I can't really add to what you've said. I'd give it a 4 as well. It is unique. Okay, you've got decks like Fairy Tale Tarot and Inner Child and stuff like that, but not one that is so far-reaching as this. And I just like it. I can't wait for the book to arrive, actually, just so I can find out more than what is given in the little guidebook. But I think it's a pretty unique deck, and that's why we decided last month to review this one, because it kind of stands out, doesn't it? And for being quite unique. Cardstock.
Ooh, cardstock is lush on this deck. It's that linen-y cardstock. The deck is a really thick deck. I was amazed when I took it out of the box at just how chunky this deck is. So it feels really durable, like it would take a lot of punishment, I think, a lot of shuffling. If you were a riffle shuffler, I think it's going to stand up to that. I even dropped some water on it accidentally, and it just rolled off. It didn't sort of penetrate into the card at all. So I'm going to give it a 5 for the cardstock because I love it.
Ooh, yeah, the cardstock's really lush. And oh yeah, it riffles like a dream. I've got to do it now. Oh yes, like, look at that. Oh yeah, it's good cardstock. And for I won't go into the price, but relative to that, oh yeah, it's pucker cardstock. I'd give it a 4 because it's nice and durable.
So for me, for the cardstock, I agree. It's a lovely thick deck. The only thing is, I do like linen cardstock, but I prefer the softer linen, like Pagan Otherworld soft linen. Whereas this one is quite
coarse.
Quite a scratchy, coarse cardstock, which is very similar again to Ink and Intuition, the Tattoo Tarot. It's that sort of. No, that's not the one that's got it. The I forgot what it's called now, but it's like a playing card deck. That doubles up as a tarot, so it'll have like 2 meanings for a card. I forgot what it's called. Begins with an E, but anyway, that sort of coarse cardstock. And so I like it. It's thick, it's durable, but I prefer when it's linen to be a little softer and not so coarse. Stop! Don't you like that sound?
See, I think it doesn't feel coarse at all to me. It feels nice and smooth, and you can see the linen effect actually on the card. It's a bit shiny, but I think it feels really nice.
Who doesn't like the sound? Whoever it is, take that. Oh, you're fiddling around over there. What are you doing?
I'm trying to. I thought I got a little version of that card, the other deck that was on about the playing card deck, but I haven't because
sorry, overlap. It's also very similar to the Green Wheel Oracle. If you've got that, which I love that too. So
yeah. Okay, backs.
I like them. I love the different phases of the moon. It's reversible if you're into that. It's got no there's no copyright stamping on it at all, which was always a bonus. And I love the color. It's sort of like a navy, aqua, teal green. So I really like it. So I'm gonna give those backs a 5. I like them.
Scores from Becca tonight.
Yeah, nice.
Ooh, you're in a happy mood today. Ooh.
What you saying?
Wow.
Are you saying I'm not always in a happy mood?
No, I wouldn't say that. But yeah, the backs do the job. I mean, they're all right. they're pretty enough. Nothing groundbreaking, but yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, out it
Just-
comes.
Sorry, I've just dropped a load of my cards on the floor. Never mind.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3.5. It's alright.
Yeah, I'm a little bit indifferent to them. They're okay as a card back. They're not my favourite card back. I prefer more of a smaller pattern, but they're okay. They're a card back. They don't offend me. I'm not excited about them, so I'm pretty indifferent. So I'd give it a 3 out of 5. Price point, value for money.
Wow. Well, when I got this deck, I paid around about just under £13 for it. So I think considering the box, the card stock, lovely thick deck, I think is excellent value for money. If you're looking for a tarot that's great quality, but still mass market, and when you haven't got a lot of coin, then I would say this is perfect. Great value. I couldn't not give it, except maybe the book, but most decks just have a book with smaller explanations in. So again, I can't really fault it as far as the price is concerned. So I'd have to give it a 5.
Yeah, I got mine for 12 smackaroonies, and oh, what an absolute bargain. I was well
Yeah.
chuffed. 12 quid for look at that. Look at that lushness. I mean,
Yeah.
5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100. This was
Yeah.
a corker of a deal.
It was.
Well, I paid the most then because I paid 18 for mine.
You're robbed.
Ooh.
But any tarot deck less than 20 is sort of quality. Yeah, you can't fault it. So I give it 5 as well. And the last one then is wow factor.
When I first opened it, I went wow at the colours. So that was the first thing that struck me, which usually does, if and goes a long way to me loving the deck. And also the fact that there's a lot of fables and cultures in there that I didn't know anything about. So it kind of encourages me to learn more about them. So yeah, I mean, when I opened it, I did actually say wow, because it did strike me as a wow for me. So I'm going to give it a 4 out for that.
Yeah, it takes a lot for me to be wowed, so I wouldn't necessarily say I was wowed. But I've been the most wowed out of all the other decks we've done, so that's something. But then I've given away nearly all the decks that we've done, so take that as you will. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, wow factor, if they slapped on some gilding, yeah, or that would give it some extra wow, but 4? Yeah, it's alright, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I give it 4 as well. 4 out of 5. I think overall, that's what we're talking about, isn't it? When we're talking about the wow factor. Great box, lovely presentation. I like the cards. Nice thick deck, tarot sized. Images growing on me. It would have got a 5 if it had just been a little bit different art style, but I'm appreciating them more. So yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5 for wow factor. So now I'll score out of 10. So we'll see what this gets.
I forget about this every time. I don't
Do
have
you?
a bit of paper. I've got a bit of paper. Oh, I better not write on that.
You
That's
look
my
right,
exam
right?
results. I better not write on that. Hold on. Oh, bear with. Oh, I've not got a pen. Oh no. Alright, bear with.
When you're ready.
Yeah, it's all right. In your own time, love.
Well, I nearly wrote it on my exam results, but I can't really be doing that. Oh, I don't know what to give it.
Don't tell us.
Will you put me off? I forgot the number.
Have you
Aye.
number out of 10? I added all mine up of what I've scored it and rounded it up. So we're scoring out of 50. So I added them all up and worked out what that would be out of 10. But don't just go with
We'll be here another hour. Okay, hold on. Oh, but that looks a bit funny. Right, okay, I'm ready.
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow. So, oh, you would put 3/4. I'm taking that up to 7. 7, 14, and 9. It's 23 out of 30. Alexa, what is 23 out of 30 as a percentage?
0.7667 as a percentage is 76.67%.
So that's 77%. What we've given collectively for, and everybody's Alexas are now working out mathematical percentages for people. So, fab. So that means none of us this month have scored it less than 5. So sadly, there won't be a giveaway in next month's Tarot Times. Wow, wow. Sorry, but we all like it, so we want to keep it. However, what are you laughing at?
Do that again.
What?
That not sound effect.
Wow, wow.
Can you do it with the dance you did earlier in Sandra's
Yeah.
interview? That was
Was
brilliant.
the expected dance? No,
Yeah, that
Do
one.
it with the noise.
no, I'm not doing
Oh
that.
no, don't. Bless it. What a shame.
Okay, so there's no giveaway next month.
Wow,
But-
wow.
Wow, wow, wow. But there is a giveaway now. So last month we reviewed the Darkwood Tarot. Elle scored hers less than 5, so it went up for a giveaway. And we asked people to use the comments underneath the 5th edition of Tarot Times so that we could, draw a name. So how many people have we got, Elle?
27.
27 entries. Wow, that's pretty good. So, Sandra, when you're ready, and we've got to remember there's a 20-second delay. When you're ready, can you give us a number between 1 and 27? Now we just have to talk amongst ourselves because this is
Play
big.
some of that elevator music now.
Wah, 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 wah,
Yeah.
wah.
Bit of dancing.
Yes, Sandra.
God,
Brilliant.
more than 20 seconds delay.
There is with StreamYard. 18. We have the number 18. So who is that?
It is Orsi Dearda.
Oh, Orsi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know?
Orsi was she always comes into my chats and Becca's as well. She was in the interview earlier with Sandra. So Orsi Dada, you've won the Darkwood Tarot. So get in touch with Elle. I think you're in the Hermit's Cave as well, and Elle's an admin in there. So send her a message with your details, and then the deck will be sent out to you. So
Well
fab.
done.
So the only thing to say now, and I forgot to change my banner look. Giveaway.
Wah, wah. Oh, I'm going to do that one.
So we will be back now. In 4 weeks' time, tonight it'll actually be Halloween. It's the 31st of October when we're next due to do our Tarot Times. So did we say? Oh yes, I remembered. So we're going to break from tradition because it's Halloween. We want to have a bit of a macabre sort of Halloweeny vibe to it. We're going to take a classic deck, not a new deck, a classic deck, and we're going to review the Zombie Tarot. Okay, so that's going to be a deck that we're all going to give our opinions on. I'm not sure any of us have done walkthroughs. I think I've had mine since before I had a channel. So you'll get to hear our views of the Zombie Tarot. We was going to try and go for the Dark Goddess, which we've talked about tonight, because that would have fit with the theme. But it's not out until the end of the month, and we don't know if we'd get it in time. I know that I'll get mine because it's supposed to be coming Monday, but I don't know if the others would get theirs in time. So, to be fair, we decided to go with A Nightmare Before Christmas. We was going to do Nightmare Before Christmas, but who can get that?
No one.
So it'll be the fun. I like that one. So we're getting some. Oh yes, I love that. People are excited about us doing the Zombie Tarot. So we'll see you all on the 31st of October. Thanks for being here tonight. We've enjoyed spending some time with my friends. And thank you, Sandra, again, for all your support and for doing the research for us. And we'll see you at the end of the month at Halloween, where we're going to talk about November decks.
Big up Jen for the links.
Oh, yeah, Jen, thank you for the links. And Jen is doing a live in less than an hour, 45 minutes. It's a premiere live where she's answering questions that the community have put to her. So do check out Jen's Balanced Tarot. 45 minutes. It's a night for lives tonight. And hopefully we'll see you there.
And there's been a couple of people's questions. Are we going to dress up?
Oh, I don't do fancy dress. I'll put Halloweeny things behind me, but
Well, I might do a bit of Halloween makeup.
You boring lot. I'm gonna dress up. Don't you worry, guys.
Are you going to be the pumpkin again?
oh, Urs is there. Urs is here.
Pumpkin? I was a whoopee cushion. Shall I be a whoopee cushion again?
Oh, that's right. You're a whoopee cushion.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
not dressing up.
I've got my Halloween hat, and I'm going to do a little bit of witchy makeup. What? Don't be looking like that.
I'm a Grinch when it comes to fancy dress. I hate it with a passion.
Why?
It's one of the questions, what do you hate most in life? Fancy dress. Hate
But
it.
you were what's his face for 2 years.
Yeah.
Playing a part in a play, in a production. That's not
Right.
fancy dress.
Life is a play. Life is a production. We
Yeah.
dress up every
Wow.
day.
Bye. We're saying goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next month.